Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Withdrawal for prayer and study and meditation. The state of being retired from one's business or occupation. Withdrawal from your position or occupation. Move back. Pull back or move away or backward. An area where you can be alone. Make a retreat from an earlier commitment or activity. Withdrawal for prayer and study and meditation. The religious retreat as a form of vacation activity. A place of privacy, a place affording peace and quiet. Military, a bugle call signaling the lowering of the flag at sunset. Military, a signal to begin a withdrawal from a dangerous position. Military, withdrawal of troops to a more favorable position to escape the enemy's superior forces or after a defeat. The disorderly retreat of French troops. Move away, as for privacy. The Pope retreats to Castel Gandolfo every summer. The act of withdrawing or going backward, especially to escape something hazardous or unpleasant. A method of birth control in which coitus is initiated but the penis is deliberately withdrawn before ejaculation. Avoiding emotional involvement. A retraction of a previously held position. The termination of drug taking. Formal separation from an alliance or federation. The act of ceasing to participate in an activity. The act of taking out money or other capital. The act of withdrawing. The withdrawal of French troops from Vietnam. The act of withdrawing blood, tumors, etc. The nurse was expert at the withdrawal of blood. A condition or position in which you find yourself. The unpleasant situation, or position, of having to choose between two evils. A job in an organization. The spatial property of a place where or way in which something is situated. The position of the hands on the clock. The particular portion of space occupied by something. A rationalized mental attitude. An opinion that is held in opposition to another in an argument or dispute. A way of regarding situations or topics, etc. The arrangement of the body and its limbs. The relative position or standing of things or especially persons in a society. Atheists do not enjoy a favorable position in American life. A point occupied by troops for tactical reasons. Put into a certain place or abstract location. The act of putting something in a certain place. An item on a list or in a sequence. Moved from third to fifth position. The post or function properly or customarily occupied or served by another. Cause to be in an appropriate place, state, or relation. In team sports, the role assigned to an individual player. What position does he play? The act of positing, an assumption taken as a postulate or axiom. The appropriate or customary location. The cars were in position. A state at a particular time. The current status of the arms negotiations. The relative position or standing of things or especially persons in a society. He had the status of a minor. Event whose occurrence ends something. The proposition arrived at by logical reasoning, such as the proposition that must follow from the major and minor premises of a syllogism. The act of making up your mind about something. He drew his conclusions quickly. A position or opinion or judgment reached after consideration. His conclusion took the evidence into account. The act of ending something. The last section of a communication. In conclusion, I want to say. The temporal end, the concluding time. A final settlement. The conclusion of a business deal. An intuitive assumption. Jump to a conclusion. Event whose occurrence ends something. His death marked the ending of an era. The end of a word, a suffix or inflectional ending or final morpheme. I don't like words that have ism as an ending. The act of ending something. The last section of a communication. The point in time at which something ends. The ending of warranty period. The end of a word, a suffix or inflectional ending or final morpheme. The act of ending something. The termination of the agreement. A coming to an end of a contract period. A place where something ends or is complete. Something that results. Cessation from or slowing of activity during the winter, especially slowing of metabolism in some animals. The act of retiring into inactivity. He emerged from his hibernation to make his first appearance in several years. The torpid or resting state in which some animals pass the winter. Banishment into the country. Temporary dismissal of a student from a university. The action of retiring to and living in the country. The condition naturally attaching to life in the country. The construction of masonry or brickwork in a rustic manner.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.